All right, so this is going to be a bow tie review. But before we get started, a warning on this one. This one's going to go pretty negative. I think as a reviewer, you got to go negative sometimes so you can maintain that kind of that you'll say what you think. So if you work for Moby Max, I'm sorry, you might not want to keep going here. If you use Moby Max in your school, I get it. I do get it. I understand why people use it. But again, if you really love it, this may not be the review for you. You might want to stop watching this video now. So Moby Max, what it is it's a one of those leveled assessment tools that basically ask questions for practice. I've come across Moby Max more as a parent with one of my daughters because one of her teachers is using it as a way for practice on certain things that could be on the standardized test. Before we get into kind of what I really got to say about this, let's actually see their video.
Hi, this is Max, the Moby Max whale. He has more than 10 million of us kids learning 2 times faster. He finds skills we have trouble with and fixes them. And we grow 1 full grade level in just a month. Boy, does he make learning fun. He has games, he has vibes, he has messenger, he has contests. Oh, and Moby's touch curriculum is the bomb. Other companies like McGraw-Hill, Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, Amplify, and Pearson cost $500 a student. $500!
I raised 4 kids, and each one had completely different abilities, but every one of them benefited from our one-on-one tutoring session every night at the kitchen table. And then I had read an article about a family that had sent 2 kids off to Stanford. And what had happened with them is that they had done the same thing. The mom had tutored their kids 4 hours a day. That's all the schooling they had. They were living in a cabin in the mountains, no running water, no electricity. And their kids went off to Stanford with just 4 hours a day. And I got to thinking, I said, well, with my software skills, I thought perhaps I could turn around and create a curriculum that could take that kitchen one-on-one experience and integrate it right into the software. And one of the skills I had developed along the way was to be able to develop things quickly. So I said, if I can develop this quickly, we can make it quite inexpensive. So that was the original dream, is to create a curriculum that kids could learn twice as fast. And now that we've gotten 10 million students using our software, it's fun to be able to say that we've actually achieved that dream. We've got something really exciting starting for the coming year. We're working on our science and social studies curriculum. And what makes it so exciting is our new cognitive skill manipulatives and our emotional skill manipulatives. And these are going to revolutionize the way that science and social studies are taught. It's terribly engaging, the students are going to love it, and so are the teachers. So we're real excited about that.
Moby is magic. And us kids are nuts about it.
So let's talk about some aspects of Moby Max. It's supposed to be a review for students. It's supposed to help students fill content gaps. It's supposed to be used as a way to adjust instruction. Really, when you think about it, it's none of those things. The content is bland and it's connected to standards after the fact. So it's not exactly to standards in a state, because state standards are really different. Teachers assign times on it. So really, that's the way teachers assess it, is they say, oh, go do this for 20 minutes. How is that really learning? And what are they really getting out of that? Kids learn at different paces. So just saying, let's do 20 minutes isn't really gonna do a whole lot. And to me, it may affect student outcomes a little bit, but a teacher being creative and letting kids create and make and trying things and doing their own content and putting their own spin on it, that's the things kids remember, and that's the things kids learn. Going and answer multiple choice questions over a long period of time, that's not really going to affect student outcomes. So my overall take here is, if you can avoid it, don't use Moby Max. Really, to me, where you want to do is you want to create things for your own classroom. You want to be creative in what you do. You want to teach, you want to find things that really help kids learn. And pre-built curriculum isn't really the way to do it. And especially a pre-built curriculum like Moby Max, which is focused on just multiple choice questions. So there's not a lot of higher order thinking there. Really, even the graphics in Moby Max are old. And so there's not a lot of creativity behind their platform. And so I would avoid using it. If you are one of those schools or one of those teachers that you're like, well, we either have to have it to kind of meet those gaps time-wise for standardized tests, or you're a teacher who the school's saying, yes, you guys have to have it and have to do it, adjust how you use it. So sit there and say, okay, instead of let's do this for 20 minutes, let's do Moby Max and then take the data and adjust a kid's instruction and personalize that learning for them. This going and saying, okay, this kid's missing this stuff, so we have to send them these multiple choice questions. That's not personalized learning. That's just a adjusted kind of instruction and curriculum. And the only reason they can do it is because they have so many bland questions that they can kind of fill it and do it not decently, but do it with questions that make sense for that gap.